Hello and welcome to today's English lesson. So first of all, guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera? Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our lap, and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. We'll begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down low, touch our toes. And now, go back up high. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, let's have a wave. And then back down to touch our toes. Stand up straight, hands on hips, and let's have a wiggle. Wiggle side to side. Stop. And then another wiggle. Wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards, backwards. Forwards, backwards. Forwards, backwards. And stop. And then we'll go round and round. Give our spines a stretch. Round and round. And stop. And then we'll go back the other way. Round and round. Round and round the other way. And stop. And now let's have a shake, guys. Arm and legs. Let's have a shake. Okay? Have a shake. And then to finish, we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. Okay, so who can tell me what we've been doing a lot of work on lately? What type of verb have we been concentrating on? To be. Excellent. We've been looking at the verb to be. So that's V, E, R, B. Verb. And then how do we say to be? T-O-B-E. And in the last couple of lessons, we've been looking at the verb to be in a certain type of way. When we've done something already, or an action has been completed, what type of tense do we call it? Past tense. Excellent, Dan. We call it the past tense. So verb to be, past And tense, T-E-N-S-E. Verb to be, past tense. Yes. And in the previous lesson, we learned about the 3 different ways that we can use the verb to be in the past tense. The first way was if we can do something or something has a characteristic beginning with P, it's positive. Okay? We learned about positive sentences or statements. P-O-S-I-T-I-V-E. Positive. But then we also learned how to turn the positive statement into a negative. Excellent. N-E-G-A-T-I-V-E. Positive. Negative. And then last lesson, we learned about the third way. Questions. Okay? So Q. S-T-I-O-N. Positive. Negative. Question. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a brief exercise just so that we can recap on the different ways we can use the past tense forms of verb to be as positive, negative, question. I'm going to write a positive statement on the board. And I'm going to invite a student to come forward to read the positive statement, turn it into negative, and then into question form, like we learned in the previous lesson. So who can give me a subject pronoun, guys? I. Okay, I is always a good way to start because it's the one we use for ourselves. So I, if we use the subject pronoun, what do we use? Was. I was. And does anybody have an adjective for me? Shy. Okay. How do we spell shy? S-H-Y. I was shy. Positive statement using verb to be was in the past tense. Now I'll ask my students to close their eyes because somebody has to come forward and change them into the negative and question forms. So let's see who can go. Okay, so now let's open our eyes, guys. Who has the pen? Pak Bung, can you come and join me at the front, please? And Pak Bung, can you stand here for me? So guys, we already have our positive statement. I was shy. Pak Bung is now going to demonstrate how we turn this positive statement into the negative.
I wasn't shy.
Excellent. So first of all, we need our pronoun. I.
Was.
We can write was again, and then what letters do we? Apostrophe T. By using N apostrophe T, we turn the positive into a negative. S-H-Y. Pak Bung, that's excellent. I was shy.
I was shy.
I wasn't shy. Negative. We're halfway there. Next is about the question. And remember the rule we learned in the previous lesson? We can take the positive statement and use the first 2 letters and swap them. The first 2 words, sorry. So we will say, was I shy? W. And then I. S. H. Y. And not forgetting, guys, what do we need to do if we're writing a question in English? What needs to come at the end? Question mark, like Pak Bung has expertly demonstrated here. So one more time, all together. I was shy. I wasn't shy. Was I shy? Pak Bung, that's excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Pak Bung. And now we will do our second example, but this time we will use a different pronoun. We've already used I, but what about if we talk about all of us? We, okay? E. Not we are, past tense, we were. And what adjective shall we use? We were happy. Happy, okay? We'll use happy. Happy and tall. H-A-P-P-Y. We were happy. Excellent. And now I need the students to come forward and demonstrate how we can turn this positive statement into negative and question. So let's close our eyes, guys. Who can see? Okay, so now let's open our eyes. Who has the pen? Pat, come and join me at the front. So now we already have our positive statements. One more time, guys. We were happy. And Pat will now turn our positive statement into a negative using exactly the same rule. Letters N apostrophe T. So first of all, Pat, we need our subject pronoun. We, W, E. And then were, W, E, R, E. Excellent. And then to turn the positive into a negative, N apostrophe T. Instead of we were, we say we weren't. And then Pat, our adjective. In this case, happy. A, P. Excellent, Pat. Very well done. So we've gone from positive, we were happy, to negative, we weren't happy. And now we need our question. So what we need to do, Pat, is we take the first two words of the positive statement and swap them. So were, W, E, R, E. Were, we, W, E. Were we happy? H, A, P, P, Y. And not forgetting, guys, what do we need? Question mark at the end too, Pat. So all together, we were happy. We weren't happy. Were we happy? Positive. Negative. Question. Verb to be. Past tense. Pat, excellent. High five. Big round of applause for Pat. And big round of applause again, guys. That was great. And teachers, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a flashcards activity and put our students into teams so that they can begin to practice constructing the sentences together. So depending on how many students you have in your class, divide your students into teams of 3s or 4s. I've got 9 students, So three teams of 3 works out great. And what you'll need to do is print off each of the flashcards and cut the words into individual strips and give each team one set. And then when we say either positive, negative, or question, our teams need to work together to create a sentence using their words. And the first team to do so can raise their hand, teacher checks, and if they're right, they win a point. So first thing to do, we'll practice speaking the vocabulary together. Here is the vocabulary we'll use for our game. Wasn't. Okay? Miserable. Adjective. Cheerful. Weren't. Were. So you have to think positive or negative, which words to use. Worried. Relaxed. Generous. Don't forget, if we're asking the question, what do we need at the end? Question mark. Don't forget your question mark. Mean. She. Okay. Pronouns too. Was. He. They. You. I. There's one on the floor. Wasn't. Wasn't again. And then miserable. Okay? So that's one set of flashcards. We need to divide our teams into equal amounts. So Lakau, Preu, Pangpon, team 1. Here are your flashcards. But don't touch yet, because you don't know what to do. Next we have Down, Net, Pakbung, team number 2. Here are your words, exactly the same for each team. And then Pat, Nadia, Chu. These are your words. So guys, what you need to do is you need to listen to my command. If I say positive, you need to construct a positive statement with your words. If you think you're ready, raise your hands. I will come to check, and if it's correct, the first team wins a point. But if they're not correct, we keep playing until we're right. Then we might look at negative statements. And finally, questions. So are you ready, guys? Team 1, are you ready? Team 1, are you ready? Team 2, ready? Team 3, ready? Okay, round number 1, I would like you to create a question. Question. With your words, make a question. No, you can do here on your desks. Okay, so what goes at the end of the questions, guys? What goes at the end? Okay, so can you say team 1? Question mark. Okay, so team 1 win that round. That's 1 point for team 1. So guys, put all your words back in a pile and we're ready for the next round. Team 1, are you ready? Team 2, are you ready? Team 3, are you ready? Okay, this time I want you to create positive. Positive. And if you're ready, raise your hands. Pronoun. Not you was, we need you. You were relaxed. I was cheerful. Okay, so that's a point each for team 1 and team 2. Ready, guys?
Ready.
Okay, team 1 ready? Ready. Team 2 ready? Team 3 ready? This time, I want you to create negative. weren't, wasn't. Okay, that's the same. You, not wasn't, not you wasn't, you. He wasn't generous. Okay. You wasn't. Okay, so that's another point for team 1. So teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom now. Divide your teams into equal amounts if you can. Give them all a set of flashcards and then call out the command either positive, negative, or question. And they'll work together to create the phrases or sentences. It's a good way to get them thinking and practice speaking. So team 3, are you ready? We need team 3 to get a point. Team 2, are you ready? Team 1, ready? I think we'll have a... Now remember guys, when you're ready, raise your hands. Quick. Positive. Positive. They mean, no? Not you was. Not you was. They, can you say? They were miserable. Excellent. I was mean. Excellent. Nadia, have you got one for me? I was miserable. Excellent. Okay, guys, that was very well done. So let's look at the final scores. Team 3, 2 points. Team 2, 3 points. Team 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. So team 1 win, but everybody did a great job, guys, so round of applause. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the game activity with the flashcards, and it's a good way to get them working together and thinking, trying to construct sentences in the correct forms. But now, guys, it's time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we'll begin by walking on the spot. Stop. Walking on the spot. Stop. Turn left. Turn right. Turn right. Turn left. Turn left again. Turn left. And left. Hello. Jogging on the spot. Stop. Jogging on the stop. Just stop. Jogging on the spot. Quickly. 3, 2, 1. Stop. Turn right. Turn left. Turn right. Right again. Turn right. And right. Hello. And down into a ball. 3, 2, 1. Jump. And to finish, guys, 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's time for our PowerPoint presentation, where we're going to review the various forms of verb to be in the past tense. And then, guys, we're going to think about what we've learned and read a story together. So let's all turn to look at the TV screen. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation, verb to be, past tense. You can see the different forms of verb to be here. I was. You were. He was. She was. It was. We were. You were. They were. And in negative form, I wasn't.
I wasn't.
You weren't.
You weren't.
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
She wasn't.
She wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
We weren't.
We weren't.
You weren't.
You weren't.
They weren't.
They weren't.
Excellent, guys. And finally, question form. Was I?
Was I?
Were you?
Were you?
Was he?
Was he?
Was she?
Was she?
Was it?
Was it?
Were we?
Were you?
Were you?
Were you?
Were they?
Were they?
Excellent, guys. So, what words do we use to complete I something friendly? I was friendly. But what about the negative? I wasn't friendly. And then finally, the question. Remember what we do, guys? We swap the first two words of the positive statements around. Was I friendly?
Was I friendly?
And if we write the question always at the end, question mark. Next one, she.
She.
What past tense form do we use? Was or were?
Was.
She
Was.
was shy. So how about the negative form?
She wasn't shy.
She wasn't shy. And the question,
Was she shy?
excellent. Was she shy? He.
He.
What he was mean. Negative.
He wasn't mean.
He wasn't mean. And the question,
Was he mean?
was he mean? Well done. But how about they? They was or they were. Well done. They were relaxed. They weren't relaxed. And for the question, this time not was they, were they relaxed? And for you, were worried. How about negative of were? You weren't worried. And the question form, were you worried? Okay, so we've done enough practice on the different forms of verb to be now. Now we have a story. Let's read together and let's see if we can complete the missing words. Ready, guys? So all together, reading exercise.
Reading exercise.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Rebecca.
My name is Rebecca.
Last summer,
Last summer.
gap. Which word do we use? Was, were, wasn't, or weren't? I'll give you a clue. It's positive. So it's either was or were. Last summer,
Was.
what do we think? We think was.
Was.
Let's see. Last summer was very special for me.
Very special for me.
My brother
My brother
and I.
and I.
Okay. Now remember, my brother and I, plural. My brother and I were. Because it's more than one person, we don't use was. We will use we were at the summer camp
At the summer camp
in the south of Spain.
in the south of Spain.
It,
It is
single, positive.
was.
It was
The first
It wasn't. Okay? We've got negative form of was. It wasn't the first camp for my brother because he went to one 2 years ago. Okay. What do we think? We weren't or we were? Positive or negative? We, something, both, very happy. We were, see, we, plural, so not was, we don't use was with plural, we were both very happy. Now, any other children? Not one child, children, plural, but negative. Weren't. There wasn't any other children from my school. But we made friends quickly. The weather, okay, now the weather is a single thing. The weather was lovely. It was sunny and warm. We had a great time. Okay, so now we've got the missing words. Let's read one more time together. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Rebecca.
My name is Rebecca.
Last summer
Last summer
was very special for me.
was very special for me.
My brother and I
My brother and I
were at the summer camp
were at the summer camp
in the south of Spain.
in the south of Spain.
It wasn't the first camp.
It wasn't the first camp
For my brother
for my brother
because he went to one
because he went to
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
We were both very happy. There wasn't
There wasn't
any other children
any other children
from my school,
from my school,
but we made friends quickly.
but we made friends quickly.
The weather
The weather
was lovely.
was lovely.
It was sunny and warm.
It was sunny and warm.
We had a great time.
We had a great time.
Any questions, guys?
No.
That was excellent. Very well read. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation to practice the various forms of verb to be in the past tense, and also the story exercise so we can practice how to use the words correctly. And now, teachers, time for our worksheet activity. So print off enough for all of the students to have one each. And what our students need to do, questions 1 to 6, they need to use the correct form of verb to be in the past tense, was or were, to complete the sentences. And then for the second activity, they need to do the same, but with negative statements, wasn't or weren't. And what's the first thing we need to do, guys? Names on top. And give our students around 10 minutes for this activity, and you can monitor the class and help students with anything they need. So Chu, this one's for you. Nadia, for you. Pat, here's yours. Pak Bung for you. Ned, for you. You're welcome. Down, here's yours. You're welcome. Bangpon, for you.
Thank you.
Prel, here's yours.
Thank you.
And Lakau, this one is for you. So guys, remember, look at the agreement between subject pronouns and past tense form verb to be. Was or were. And then for the second exercise, the negative of the past tense forms. Was or were, wasn't or weren't. It's vocabulary we've all practiced already, so let's see how you do. But any questions, let me know. So the first one, it's something very cold. Yesterday. It was. With it, we use was. It was very cold. W-A-S. Excellent, Nadia. Okay, so where? Remember the question. With you, we would use where. Okay, so the first one. It was very cold yesterday. With the question, down, it's number 2. With you, was or where. You was.
Where?
You were. So the question, were you? Well done. Okay. So with you, do we use was or were? No. Not Wes. Was. Teacher Wes. W-A-S. Okay. Were you cold yesterday? Where were you?
Yes.
Perfect. Where were you? That's excellent. Where? Remember, with you, we use where?
Here, this. Whoa.
Who, but with who? Not who were. Who was? Who was? Excellent, Ned. It was very cold yesterday. And then, but with they, not was, we use where.
Where?
They were. Yes. Yes. Perfect. And now, the second exercise, Pakbung, negative, wasn't or weren't. So with you, what do we use? You, where, where. That's correct.
Oh.
And you need to write in here too. See? Where you, where you. Not where was you, where were you? Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to use the correct forms of the past tense form of verb to be to complete the sentences. My students here have all done a great job, and we're going to practice speaking one final time. So ready, guys? It was very cold yesterday. Were you cold yesterday? I was at the park. Where were you? Who was laughing? They were drinking juice. And for the second exercise, we will turn them into the negative forms. It wasn't very cold yesterday. I wasn't at the park. I wasn't losing the race. I wasn't so sad yesterday. He wasn't bored last week. And finally, we weren't scared. Excellent. Very well spoken, guys. And that's all we've got time for today. So we hope you've enjoyed the lesson, found it interesting, and now you know the correct ways to use verb to be in the past tense. So can we all turn to wave and say goodbye, guys?
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. See you again next time.